Good morning. Well, I'm doing something a little bit early this morning, so let's see. I had this great meditation, and what's the hardest part of doing these Facebook things is making sure that my fake glasses are straight. Okay, I think they're straight, but my little hair thing is kind of out of whack. So, all right, let's get focused, Nicole. Focus, get down. Just a little crazy for you. That was just a little spurt of crazy so that you know that I'm paying attention right now. Okay, so I'd like your attention as well, please. Um, so, avoidance. I had this really just that word came into my head and then I meditated upon it. And it's like, what am I avoiding today? And it's interesting because, I have my own business and I have an online training course and then I do coaching. And, you know, it's a rough world out there. And I also am confident that I have skills and something to offer, right? But then there's that place where who you are, because what I'm doing for a living isn't something like I have a product to sell. I'm selling myself, right? So there's this juxtaposition between who I am and making money. That's just bringing up stuff, stuff that I'd probably like to avoid. And what's really interesting is it's all good stuff. So this is the great paradox of what you avoid is that like people spend so much time trying to avoid things, and on directly on the other side of what they're avoiding is all the stuff that you could ever want. I mean, it's so sickening. Like every time I see it, I think to myself, why did I avoid this? Like, what was I thinking? Or what was I trying to avoid? And I keep coming back to myself. I just keep trying to avoid myself. And I'm not talking about my basic self, the self that you see, the self that presents itself to world, what I look like, etc. I'm talking about the deeper self, like the stuff that I'm afraid you might see, the stuff that maybe was pointed out to me in my earlier life that's not good, that's not healthy, that's not beneficial, that people don't like. And I'm afraid if I really put myself out there, then, oh, you're going to see that stuff too. But that's where the freedom is, because here's the thing. Let's just say, I'll use this as an example, right? Growing up, my father was an alcoholic. He was sort of into his own gig. He had a really outside social life, wasn't what I would call a family guy, okay? What that meant was that when I spent time with my father, I felt ignored or not heard. And then I grew up attracting mostly men who would seem to hear me at first, but then really not hear me. And then I'd feel constantly like that constant tick and trip up in me of abandonment and, the darkness of feeling lonely and alone that one feels as a child when one can't make sense of it, right? Like kids are so sensitive and they feel everything. And I felt everything. And then I grow up and I don't know how to make sense of any of that stuff. And I keep reperpetrating the harm to myself. So my biggest fear around that not being heard is some kind of fear of loneliness, deep abandonment, and other stuff like that. So what do? I keep perpetuating that by continuing to make choices where I abandon myself. I attract men who abandon me. I basically look at work that's not fulfilling, so I'm abandoning myself by maintaining my mediocrity and saying, well, I'm not going to risk anything because if I lose, that's like way too scary. And then this avoidance thing is me just continuing to fear this abandonment while I'm abandoning myself. Right? It's just like avoid what this stuff that to me is like, it's so scary, it's so scary, it's so scary. But on the other side of that scary is this greatness. On the other side of that scary are all of my dreams, the freedom I want, the security I want. And the truth is that everything I want is right here. I'm not going to go escaping myself and looking for it elsewhere, but I have to keep coming back to myself. And that's where the real courageous, difficult work is. And I know that that's true because I feel emotional right now. And whenever I feel emotional, I know that what I'm saying is true. The deeper stuff of everything that you want is already right here. It's already right in you. It's in your mind, it's in your body, it's in your heart, it's in your desire. It's in who you want to be. It's in how you want to be. It's in what you want to do in the world to make it a better place, right? And yet, we spend inordinate amounts of time like arguing about petty shit and getting on the internet and taking one side and then getting into the other side, when in fact we're saying, well, we all really just want peace. Can we just have some more peace? Fuck you, asshole! What's wrong with the way you think, It's just like, It's so out of integrity, right? And beyond it, if we cease fighting, beyond like all that stuff that goes on in my head that I think I need to fight for, is just good old, plain old, wonderful, beautiful me. Right? So I got to stop avoiding. I got to learn what it is that I do to try to avoid myself, because I still keep being left with myself. Here we are once again on a Friday, Nicole Devlin as myself, right? Here I am. Here I'll always be until, I depart from this earth. So anyway, whatever it is you've been avoiding today, the power is in confronting it. The power is in taking a step. The power of your life, the dreams that are beyond it, is in doing something different. So if there's something that you're avoiding today and you're looking to like increase your confidence or increase your power, just go do that thing. Just take one step. Make it really simple. It doesn't have to be like you have to create a whole plan and run a marathon. Just go take a walk and have a good weekend.